There it is. Hey, folks. Rick Berube here, live, Facebook Live on this. What is today? Tuesday? Today is Tuesday, the 12th of January. Sorry to break you the bad news. You only have me today. It appears Deborah's son has tested positive for COVID, so she is going down herself, Deborah Allen. So we'll have her on a different time, but hopefully all is well in her family and herself. We give her a prayer for that. But since I have you, here's what we're going to talk about today. Today we're going to talk about, I think, you know what? I'm going to tell you a quick story first. So I'm at the gym this morning. My 16-year-old son works out with me every day now. He comes down with me every day. So, and it doesn't mean to be sarcastic. It's just a fact. So we get out to the parking lot this morning on the way out, and he looks at the parking lot and he goes, "Wow, this place is packed. I didn't really notice how much more packed it is now, than when we came before, like in other words, in December." And I said, well, and I explained to him the reason that is. The reason that is Monday is the 18th. So the first January of the year was the 4th. The second was the 11th. And the 18th is next Monday. Now, what do you think is going to happen, Paul? What do you think is going to happen next Monday, the 18th of January?
Not so many.
Not so many. Exactly. It's almost a shame. I mean, I'm talking about it was packed last week. It was packed this week. But it's really weird that as this weekend comes into Monday, it'll change. And that's always puzzled me as to why that happens. Okay. I'm actually, when it comes to the gym, I'm actually glad it happens because I go super early because I don't want competition with my free weights and my machines. And but it's kind of sad for the people that are actually doing it because, you know, it's not going to stick. You have to spend the time to create the habit. All right. Now, everywhere, every one of us happen to be in our lives right now is because of the habits that we currently have or don't have in some cases. All right. So like, for instance, your mind, your brain works very, very simply. It doesn't like new. It likes familiar. Okay, so you have to spend the time creating the new neural pathways in your brain to create the new habits. And until you do that, you're fighting yourself at an unconscious level. That's why you come up with all these reasons, otherwise known as excuses. You go to the gym the first week. I made a New Year's resolution. You go to the second week. Third week. Screw this, back to normal, because you haven't created the habit yet. You ask people how many days does it take to create a habit? They say 21 to 30. Most people answer in that range. Well, I looked it up. There's no actual scientific proof to back that, 21 to 30. Maybe I'm a slow learner, but I'm more like 30 to 60. If I do something 30 to 60 days, somewhere between 30 and 60 days, it kicks in. It's a habit. It no longer is harder. And then every day you do it, it actually becomes a little easier to the point where when you don't do it, you will actually miss it. You'll feel like something's missing. Now, that can happen with the gym. That can happen with a diet. That can happen with your prospecting. That can happen with saving money. That can happen with your relationships. That can happen with everything. So I like to keep it simple. And I've come up with 5 areas in my life, okay? And they're very simple, okay? The first one is, okay, my personal life. What do I want to have happen in my relationships, in my family, in that type of thing? Second one is my business life. What do I want to have happen? What are my goals? Okay. Third one is spirituality. Okay. Fourth one is health. And the last one is mindset. Okay. So what you really have to decide, and there's always 3 questions. Okay. I've been saying these questions forever. When you get to a certain part in your life, I don't know, I just turned 56, and you get to a certain part of your life and you realize there's very little new coming at you, with the exception of maybe TikTok on social media. There's always new apps and there's always new bells and whistles coming at you. You decide which ones you want to do. You decide for your business which ones can make you money. I know Facebook can. Okay, I know Instagram can. I know LinkedIn can. I know Twitter can. I know people making money on TikTok. Okay, I don't know if there's a few more other than that. Maybe there are, but I don't use them. Those are the ones that I use, and they seem to work. But other than the new flashy apps and things coming at you, the foundational stuff doesn't change very much. Like when I go to the gym, Okay, I have a certain amount of time to warm up. I have a certain amount of time to do my workout. I mix up the days. Same what I did with my prospecting. But ultimately, you get into a groove, and then you have to learn how to stick to that groove. And then you have to learn how to actually re-excite yourself about the groove, find fun within the groove, okay? Because if you're going to be successful in anything in life, it requires massive repetition. That's what it does. It requires massive repetition. So how are you going to stay in tune with that? How are you going to make it exciting every day? Okay, to me, I look at it very simply. The means justify, in other words, the ends outweigh the means. The means are just a way to get you there. It's the end goal that I'm looking to achieve. Okay, so you have to find a way to make it interesting, to make it fun, maybe even re-fall in love with it. Okay, why did you get into this business? All right, so in every area of your life I just mentioned, let's take your personal life. Okay, what do you want to make better in your personal life? Do you want to have a better relationship with your kid, with your spouse? Do you want to have a relationship? Whatever it is, come up with something, come up with a goal in that area and an activity that goes along with it. Well, that's uncomfortable. Well, of course it's uncomfortable, because if you want to have progress in life, it requires being uncomfortable, because everything that's comfortable, you already have down. Like if you're going to have a different year in 2021 than 2020, you got to do things differently. You can't do the same exact thing and expect different results, right? That's the definition of insanity. You have to decide what you're going to do differently. See, I always think there's three questions. Where am I? Now, like, where am I in my life right now? Be honest. Don't beat yourself up, but where am I? In the 5 areas. Here's where I am in the 5. Here's where I am in my business. Here's where I am in my personal life. Here's my health situation. Here's my relationship situation. Here's my mindset situation. Here's my spirituality situation. And then decide what you're going to do. Okay, so here's where I am. Here's where I want to go. Here's what I'm willing to do. Excuse me. And what you're willing to do is by far the most important. Then find somebody who will hold you accountable, a friend. Join my coaching for your business. It's free if you're with us. Join my coaching. All you have to do is email my assistant, Sydney, SYDNEYS at BHHSNV.com. Sydney S at BHHSNV.com. Okay? Because years ago, I wrote a little book called Success is a Verb. Okay? Shameless plug. All right. On the back, I have a little something I invented, not really invented, but I invented a word for it, or a phrase called habit replacement therapy. I've been saying that for 20 years. Habit replacement therapy. It's not a medical term. It's just something I created. It means you have to physically take the body through the motions of the new activities you want to achieve in your life. The activities that get you to the goal. And you have to do that long enough until it becomes a habit. Once it becomes a habit, it will stick with you. All right? There's an uncomfortable phase. Most people don't put up with the uncomfortable phase. It's unfortunate, but you can do it. Remember, there's a 90-10 rule in life. 90% of the people are getting by, 10% are your achievers. The 10% are doing things differently, and this is what we're talking about here. So spend a little time. Decide where you want to end up 2021, because we're going to get it done, like it says, get it done in 2021. My saying last year was make more money in 2020. Now, when we started the year, that looked like it was a very good possibility until about March. And then it looked like it wasn't going to be a possibility, but then it came back, and a lot of you did make more money in 2020, but we can definitely get it done in 20. Can you imagine? Think about all the benefits that are going on right now. The Fed has said they're keeping interest rates current where they are, basically, for the next 2-3 years. I've never heard them say that. Right? That's incredible. Inventory's lowest in all 4 markets we're in. Appreciation's going through the roof, double digit last year. Now, it may not be double digit this year, but it'll probably be close. All right, so you have properties appreciating. You have interest rates are incredible. You have an economy that looks like it's going to be rebounding even further. But even though the economy is where it's at, the real estate economy is incredible. So as the economy gets better, it's going to be even better. But you have to figure out how you're going to maximize this situation, which requires you doing something that causes you to take listings, have inventory. All right. So Decide where you're decide where you want to go, decide what you're willing to do differently, and then start doing it every single day. Look, it's only January 12th. You have plenty of time, but it's a 1 day at a time deal. 1 day at a time, confident and focused, and then you will get it done in 2021. See you, folks. We'll be doing this again Thursday, same time, 10 o'clock. All right, look forward to seeing you then. Thanks for your time.